Hey everybody, and welcome back to another map first impressions video. Today we're going to take a look at southern farming. So this map came to me through a rather interesting channel. So typically I find these maps either by recommendations or just by perusing the random mod sites that I randomly take a look at and finding a map and then trying usually to track down where the map came from and such forth. But this one actually came to me via Facebook Messenger. It was just a link and a comment. They said, "Here, check out my latest map." And I was like, well, I don't typically download just random links. So I dug in a little bit more information, tried to understand if this is just what it was. And it turns out that this is a map maker that did do a fair number of maps in Farm Sim 17 and has basically chosen to not release his maps on any of the popular websites and is instead kind of going the underground, I guess, map release method. And so he sent it to me, took a look at it, and in the description below will be a direct link to the map download. I know that is not typically what I do. Typically I try to link to a page where the map has been released, but in this case it's going to be a direct link. Now I have suggested to the map author that he submit the map to a specific website, and if that happens, then I will update the link to that page. But if that doesn't happen, then we're just going to have to, go with what we got. So with that, here's Southern Farming. Let's pick up our Mahindra, no crosshair and camera collision. Let's go ahead and load the map up. See, the map is going to load up error-free. And we're loading up our starting equipment. We are on new farmer mode with this particular video. There is a fair bit of starting equipment to load up there. And there we are. All right, so we are here on the map in new farmer mode. Let's go ahead and take a look at the PDA. There we are. So if we take a look at the lands section, you'll see that we start out by owning fields 1, 5, and the main farm here. Again, this is under new farmer mode. If you play under farm manager mode or start from scratch, then you will not own this area. In addition to this area here, there are a couple other flat places around the map that you could purchase to put your roots down. We've got a one down here, $357,000. Run right beside it, $213,000. I think there's one up here to the north. We'll have to check on that one. $263,000. Now, there are some buildings here on the starting farm. Those do stay even if you start in a different farming mode. But if you start in a different farming mode, you do not own this land. And if you need to buy this land, it is $805,000. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of the other areas here on the map that you can purchase. Like Area 15 is $827,000. Area 30 is $780,000. Area 23 is $241,000. Then we've got smaller areas like 18 at $110,000, 14 at $122,000, 36 at $159,000, and you get the point. So it looks like there's also a flat space over here, the far west of the map, right behind the animal purchase area. So let's take a look here. We do have several sell points on the map. We've got 5 main sell points for most of our crops. Then we have the bar and grill is separated out egg sales and grain sales. We've got several egg sell points. Well, 2. We've got 1 milk sell point on the map, pair of wool and cotton sell points, as well as a BGA and a farm sell point for hay, straw, grass, and silage. So if we zoom back over here, we will see that the BGA is purchasable. We can purchase the BGA for $778,000. And we do have contracts on this map. Field 15 is 25.9 acres. Let's go ahead and compare that. Field 15 in size. Field 15 is right here. That'll give you kind of a size comparison for the other fields on the map. Let's take a look at that starting equipment. So we start out by owning two tractors, John Deere 6250R and the Case Puma 240 CVX, range in horsepower from 270 to 300 horsepower. So we have fairly decent sized tractors to start with. We've got the Lizard Roadrunner Semi, and paired with that we have the Load King Distinction trailer. We've got the John Deere T560 Harvester, and paired with that we have the 625X grain header. Then we've got the old pickup truck, a pair of trailers, Crampy and Joskin. We've got a Stara cultivator that will also seed grass, sugar beets, and oilseed radish, and canola. Then we've got the Stara Master 3570 seeder, the Kuhn fertilized spreader front mower, the forage wagon from Bergman. Then we've got John Deere front loader forks, or front loader arms, and a pair of forks. And we round out the whole deal with a header trailer. There is nothing leased on the map, so as our starting equipment. So let's go ahead and get our Mahindra. Let's go ahead and lease it up so we have it. And let's just tour the main farm area. So here we are at our farmhouse, and we do have a sleep trigger. Check the F1 menu. So we do have a sleep trigger here on the farmhouse. Here is our pickup truck. Harvester's sitting over here, and there we do have a train. And that train actually moves pretty darn quick. I think its normal speed is like 80 miles per hour, so it is an express. Right off the farmhouse here, we've got this really cool wooden fence, and then we've got a maintenance shop. The maintenance trigger does extend outside the building. You can hit the tractor from here, and we can open up the gates, the roll doors, and take a look inside. Got really cool decorations and posters scattered around. Got some stuff in here in the office as well as up top. And I don't want to know how they got those giant tires up there. I mean, that was probably quite the affair. Get that stuff up there. Let's go ahead and roll that down there. And let's take a look around the back. We've got a really cool old International tractor just sitting here around the back. More sheds. Some of our equipment around here. A fairly nice flat area here with some open buildings that we could either delete or keep. Actually, no, we can't delete these. Sorry, I'm thinking about a different map. These buildings are permanent in the map. Got a fuel trigger. Some more of the sheds. And then our giant silo system here. So if we look here, prices screen, you see we do not start with any crops, but our silo, we have a capacity of 5 million liters. Oh my gosh. Some massive capacity. But part of the reason for that is that we have not only the storage in these grain bins, and around the back we had our fill trigger, fill our trailers. We've got our dump point right here. But we also have a set of silos over here by the train track. And we're going to take a look at that here in a moment. More sheds. And a fair bit of land here where we could put down other buildings or animal areas. So over here we have a another silo, which is basically for the train. So at pretty much, there goes the train again. At pretty much any cell point that is within close proximity to the train tracks, there will also be a train cell point. And here at the main farm, there is a train dump and a train fill trigger. So we can basically fill over at the main silo, and through the magic of underground piping and augers and whatnot, we can basically pull that grain out here onto the train. So with that, I think what we're going to do first is, before we go around with a proper drive around the map, I want to basically jump in the train and ride around the train, right around the map in the train, and just take a look. Alright, let's go ahead and zoom on out here a bit. Now, one thing you'll notice is we've got lots of river crossings. And pretty much any river crossing, we've got the cool trestle bridge. And right alongside the trestle bridge is a vehicle bridge, which is an interesting and a nice touch to the map, I have to say. Down here, here's the BGA. We'll take a closer look at that here in a little bit. Lots of train crossings. You have two-way traffic on the map. Here is one of those cell points I was talking about, and how there is a grain dump for both vehicles and trains. If we look at the map, you can see we're running across the bottom of the map now. Right there is the shop. Getting ready to make our turn and cross the map going to the north. Just kind of look around a little bit. I wish I could zoom out more. Overall, the map is fairly flat. I wouldn't say it is completely flat, but it is fairly flat. So we're coming up on the farm here. The field directly to our right we own. And then here is the silo, dump, and fill here at the main farm. One of those cool trestle bridges. And we are just about around where we started to ride the train, right around this general vicinity here where we had all these trees. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and hop out right here. And then we're going to look at getting into our Mahindra and taking a tour around the map in that. Alright, so if we jump down here to the shop, here we are at the shop. Nice ambient background noises, lights, decoration, all pretty cool. Now around the back, I want to show this off because the Mahindra is around front, but I want to show this around back because this, I think, is a really good example of some really nice thoughts and some details that have gone into this. Around back we have the service center, and that is where we have the customize and repair trigger, and also where you would come to sell your vehicles. And then inside the repair shop we've got all kinds of cool stuff. Lots of posters, lots of tools, lots of machinery hanging around. We've got a John Deere tractor in here. Up top, we've kind of got spare parts and whatnot up there in the little loft area. Got kind of a little workshop in here. Water coolers, all kinds of cool stuff. Really like the thinking and the thought process that went into this. Let's go ahead and see. Can we jump over this? Yeah, let's jump over this and head over here to our Mahindra and go ahead and get into that and take a bit of a tour around the map. Zoom on out. Now, I think what we'll do is let's kind of do a clockwise tour, but let's start over here at country feed and seed first. Oh, traffic's moving pretty slow. Let's go ahead and speed up. So here is country feed and seed. And take a look here. We've got some interesting things going on. We have purchase triggers for seed, fertilizer, liquid fertilizer, herbicide, and lime. So we can just come down here, back into any one of these bays, and fill up whatever we need to fill up on. Around the side here, we can then sell manure and slurry. Also, and quite possibly come around back here and maybe pick up some pig food and some cow feed. I guess this is mixed rations. Isn't that pretty cool? Pretty interesting. Let's go ahead and go down one more to the sugar factory. Got a little spot down here. Maybe we could put something. Almost looks like a building was supposed to go there, but never got in the map or something. The way it's set up like that. So here we are. We've got the sugar factory. And again, this is where I said we had a grain dump for the train and for vehicles. And we're going to find that pretty much on any sell point that is close to the train line. Now, while we're up here, let's take a look here at Field 30. Field 30 has this little pond here in the middle of the field. And I really think this pond is, it's another really good example of some serious thought that went into this. You know, we don't just have an area where the crop stops and then we got water. We've got it nicely decorated up. We've got, wildflowers, weeds, bushes, shrubs, little trees, big trees, all here around this water feature that is right here smack dab in the middle of this field. It's pretty cool, pretty interesting little affair. Got a dirt access road. It's got some random puddles in it. All right, so let's go ahead and head around the map in a clockwise direction here from the store. First place you want to go to is the milk and egg sell point. Right here, it's kind of the dairy operation. Foremost, milk does a body good right here. So we're going to deliver your milk and your egg boxes. If they still have some egg boxes sitting out here that they need to bring in to the cooler. Really like this bridge over the train. a really cool detail. KFC here. We got might have ourselves McDonald's also. Wendy's, all kinds of restaurants over here. Lowe's, home improvement store, Walmart. Must be one of those Walmart Expresses. It's a little Walmart. Any rate, got our fuel trigger over here. Tractor Supply. Yeah, right. So we've got a couple sell points right here we'll take a look at. First up, we've got the grain. This is, oh, what is this called? This is the Wolf's Bar and Grill grain sales. And then around the corner, we have Wolf's Bar and Grill egg sales. Got our grain sales here for the bar and grill, and they buy wheat or barley. Then around the corner, we have egg sales right here. And across the road, we actually have a wool and cotton sell point, independent sales for wool and cotton. An interesting water fountain over here. Like water is being pumped up through the rocks. Interesting thing. I mean, you go through some towns and you'll find, like a central park area. Oh, we got a... Is that water? Where's that hot air balloon? There goes the hot air balloon. There it goes. I saw the oh, what is it? The shadow. So, you come through a town and you might see a water feature, water fountain. So I think that's a pretty cool touch. And then over here, right beside or right behind the independent cotton dealer, we have a cotton gin, Paragould cotton gin, which is another dealer in cotton and wool. Rather interesting that we'd have both of those, or two cotton sell points and wool sell points, literally right beside each other. Let's head on up north here to the animal dealer, which is on our right. And one of the various placeable areas are possible farm building areas, which is over here on our left. Okay, so the animal dealer, we'll just cut through here. You would access that from a different road than how we're coming through. It's a big old red barn from Ravenport with the animal chute. Then you got the animal trigger right here. The big old steel cow out there at the corner of the road. Let's zoom on over here to this large placeable area, which is one of the possible, I would say, farm building areas if you were going to be playing in a different game mode, or you could just buy it, kind of once and eventually. We're all kind of thinking that eventually there will be factory scripts, factory placeables. Well, you could put them here. You could buy this, make it a secondary farm if you wanted to. I mean, this is a lot of land. Sure. All right, so let's go ahead and continue on up the road. Next stop, we've got, what is this? Pioneer Grain. Come on in here and drive through the grain sell point. Head on back around. So again, keep making our way up north. We're going to go over here to Hobbs Horse Farm next. And then we'll double back to Country Grain and Stanley's Sawmill. Go ahead and cut on in here. Here we have the horse farm. This is the sell point, I believe, for hay, straw, and grass and silage. Let's go ahead and check the prices screen. Yep, Hobbs Horse Farm for silage, hay, straw, and grass. And again, this is the building from Ravenport. I think this fits very well in here. Maybe one day we'll have the ability to just stick random animated horses in these sheds, or in these pens, stalls, whatever you want to call them. Let's see here. Is the trigger? Where is the trigger for? Looks like it's around the back. Right here. So right here. Here you're going to come to sell your hay, straw, grass, and silage. We got hay bales, grass bales, straw bales, all lined up here. Pretty cool little area. Bit of a forested area there. Move on. Here we have Country Grain. This is an interesting building. I don't know what map this might be out of. It's pretty cool. I don't know. Is that somehow out of Ravenport and I just don't remember it? Or is that some other map? That's pretty cool looking. So we got our grain dump there. We just went over that. Just is a pretty cool looking building. Pretty nice sign. Alright. So we need to get Stanley Sawmill. Come out here and we can make a road down Stanley Sawmill. Already been to the farm, and then we'll just have to make our way up north to another fuel station in Marmaduke, and that'll... Oh, we gotta make our way over here to the White Oak and the BGA also. Alright, so let's do a little bit of driving around in cab here, and just kind of experience the map from the ground level. Get to look across the lands. Sure we're still on our right trajectory to get over to the sawmill. Yep, I see the sawmill off in the distance, so we are good to go. Stanley Sawmill, where we do not give a cut for nothing. I better I better check the train crossing. That train comes over at 80 miles an hour. It's this little retriever. It's going to be gone. All right, so here we are at the sawmill. We've got a cell trigger for wood chips, and then right here we've got our cell point for logs. Now, what I want to see is, does this extend? Does not extend into the train area. I don't remember if the train has. I don't remember if the train has log cars on it or not. But it might not be a good idea to load them on the logs, on the trailers if it does have a log. All right. Well, let's do this. Let's make our way over to the BGA and White Oak Grain from here. And then we'll make our way up north. That might make more sense than to double back. There's field 30 again, the one, sorry about that, the one with the pond in it. We'll run our way over here to the BGA just to check out that. And while we're over here, we'll check out these two flat building areas. We've got the first one here on this side of the river. Fairly flat. Well, it is flat, but it is, what I meant to say, it's fairly square. Not as big as some of the other areas, but it's still, it is pretty nice. Pretty nice sized. Probably easy to get yourself started with start from scratch. It's $500,000 starting money. And then on this side of the river, we have another start area, which includes a nice tree here in the middle. And then across the railroad tracks, we've got the BGA. So let's just jump the tracks. And make our way into the biogas plant. Biogas plant has 2 gates. Just come up here and click on it. Got 2 large pull-through bunkers here at the biogas plant. Very well lit with all those lights. And then we've got the cell trigger, or the digester here. It's an in-ground digester. This looks like the one from South American map. And I'll go ahead and pull up the F1 menu, make sure that's up. There we have our trigger for that bunker. And for this one, put yourself lots of silage in there. And then the output pipe for your digestate is back over here. We don't actually have a pipe demonstrating where it is, but it is approximately in this area right here. Okay? Let's go ahead and go out this way and make our way up north. So guys, let me know what you think of this map in the comments. I think it's pretty good. I like it. Like I said, I have encouraged. Looks like we got a broken down vehicle there. This is pretty cool. I have encouraged the map author to hopefully upload this to a website so that it gets a little bit more attention than how he is distributing it right now. But you know, in the end, it is his map, his choice on how he wants to distribute it or not distribute it. But he did hope that I would be interested in putting a video out. Oh man, just got annihilated by the two-way traffic. Was interested in hoping that I would take a look at it and put a video out, get it a little bit of attention. So like I said, there is a link, direct download link, which is a little atypical for me, but there is a direct download link in the description to download this map. I hope you guys really like it, because I think it's really cool. Feel free to give some feedback in the comments. Go ahead and make our way up the north. This whole area is lined with trees, so I really can't swing out and look to the left very much. And what we're getting up here to is we're getting up here to Marmaduke Feed and Seed. Yeah, there is one log trailer on the map. Whoa, one log trailer on the train. There's Marmaduke Feed and Seed. And the Marmaduke Co-op. We've got the pull-through sell point right here. And as I said, with lots of other sell points on the map, most of them, if not all of them, also have a train dump. So you could bring your grain over here to the train, or with the train, and sell. You know, that's a comment that I've seen mentioned a few times on my Discord and random other times, is about how folks wished map authors would more utilize the train. And I have to say, I think this map really does utilize the train a fair bit because we do have so many ways to sell grain with the train. We don't just have a limited, one or two sell point. It's pretty much going to be, all of them that are here along the train line. We've got white oak grain here. We've got the sugar factory. We've got Marmaduke Co-op. So we've got at least 3, if not 4, sell points that involve the train sales. So again, just like the Feed and Seed Co-op from the south part of the map, we've got up here where we can buy seed, fertilizer, liquid fertilizer, herbicide, and lime. On the side, they will purchase manure and slurry. And around the back, it looks like we can buy pig food or TMR. But let's just go ahead and round out this video by seeing if we can't buy that with our little Mahindra here. Let's pull on in here and hit R. And we've got 375 liters of total mixed rations. I need to figure out how to get rid of it. Well, at any rate, we can definitely buy it because there it is. So there you go, guys. We've got ourselves we have Southern Farming. Let me know in the comments, what do you think of the map? Let the map author know in the comments, what do you think of the map? And until next time, happy farming.